Okay, with that said, let's get down to business. Ladies and gentlemen, we are so excited about having him back again, especially at the convention. He came from the United States, saw these jets taking overhead. He says, one day I'm gonna get to America. Why? Because he understands that's where the opportunity lie. In his country, there was hardly any opportunity. Folks, we're so spoiled with opportunity, but let's take advantage of it. And this young man got started. He was at Applebee's flipping burgers, and he decided he could make more money talking for a living than standing by a hot stove. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. It was in Baltimore, Maryland, and took off like a rocket ship, started a group called the Wolf Pack. I saw this guy rise to the top of ACN's marketing, top of his game. Big, large organization around. Some of them said, you know what, we're going to go this way. And he's just said, let me pick myself up, start all over again, dust himself off. So that's the sign of a leader. And started a whole new group, and now he's back where he's at. As a matter of fact, got further. He'll probably be the youngest SVP in all the history of ACN. He's on track for that. Was good seeing him in Baltimore. He's from between Baltimore, Maryland, between there and Florida, Miami, and also he's between Houston, Texas. So he's like a ping pong ball. He's bouncing all over the place, making it happen. And without further ado, can we give a warm welcome to none other than Regional Vice President Shakeel Cooper.
It was great seeing you this weekend. I was looking for you. I was telling everyone, man, I'm looking for Mr. Thomas. I'm looking for Mr. Thomas. So, I don't get a chance to not see you while I was in town. But it was great to see you guys. I saw a few other people there that said, hey, I seen you on the call. So it was really good to run into some of you in person. And it was this exciting weekend. It was a great event. As you guys can see, the company continues to grow. And I just had the opportunity to just have ACN be in my hometown. And what I can tell you is that I think my team, we had 100+ people there. There's a lot of people there. Like so many people on my team that I've never met before. I got a chance to meet for the first time. A lot of my leaders, we got a lot of awards that weekend. So it's really great to see that 10 years later, we're still the #1 team in the company, no matter what. And it's all because of following that simple system that I always speak about. That's why we have been able to be successful over the years. But briefly, to go into the information today, I do want to introduce myself again. My name is Shakeel Cooper. I'm currently 30 years old. Got started in business when I was 20 years old, no business background, was going to school for communications. Also, I was working at Applebee's, seen the opportunity, close friend. It made a lot of sense, got started on the spot. And then from there, the past 10 years, I've been a full-time entrepreneur. I haven't worked a job since November 2013. That was the last time I punched a clock. So it's a long time now. But what I can tell you is that being an entrepreneur has been one of the best, most rewarding things that I've ever done in my life. It is not easy, but it's best rewarding because I have the opportunity to do what I want to do most of the time. For example, went to Baltimore, spent time with my family a little bit, went to the ACN event, then I went to Miami to network, meet new people. See, listen, if you're not always moving, see, what I learned about millionaires and billionaires, they're always on the go. Have you ever heard stories about millionaires? They got a house here, they got a house there, they got houses in different places. And it's a reason why, because you always have to be on the move. That's just how it is. You got to go out there and meet the people. You got to go meet the money, right? Because if you're sitting in your home or you're sitting in your same city and you're talking about building $1 million business, you got to get out there and meet people. And not everyone that you meet is going to be in your hometown. So again, the reason why I travel so much is because every time I travel, I meet new people. And that's one of the keys to success in business. If you're not networking, if you're not meeting new people, your business is not going to grow, right? So I just got back to Houston, Texas last night. So I'm jet lagged right now. But in the next week, I'm getting excited to get back on the road. Why? Because I got to go meet people. You got to get out your house and go meet people. It's part of investing into yourself. See, a lot of time people are like, man, I want to invest in the Bitcoin. I want to invest in this. The best investment that you can invest in is yourself. Because once you invest into yourself, you're now going to start to attract the people that you need into your business. See, what I learned is that in order to attract better people, I had to become a better person. See, it all starts with you. See, a lot of times people trying to figure out what's the cheat code to this, to that. No, it all starts with you. How much are you investing into yourself? Because the more that you invest into yourself, the more that you invest into your business, I promise you, the more success you will have. And that's one of the key secrets before I go into the 5 tips to have a successful business to end off the month. Is investment into yourself, into your business. See, when you invest into yourself, it pays off residually for a lifetime. See, if you invest, imagine, right? If you was, let's say, 18 years old and you started your first business and you invested going to events, you invested into mentors, you invested into just learning and gaining more information, meeting better people. See, when people talk about college, I said, man, college was one of the best things that happened to me. And it wasn't because of the education, because I'm a college dropout. It's because I was able to network. See, the reason why I had so much success right away in ACN is because I was in college. I had friends that I met in Jersey, Philly, across California. It was people everywhere. So when one of my friends joined, they had another friend that lived in another state, So before you know it, my business was everywhere. So for me, college is one of the best networking tools. And now what I do is that I go to a lot of networking events. I'm all about meeting new friends. See, if you're not getting out of your house and getting out of your comfort zone, listen, it's great to keep going to all ACN events because you have to go to all of the events, but you also need to go to events where people don't even know you. But one thing I learned, I went to a networking event 2 weeks ago, and I lied to you not. Most of the speakers up there said they've been involved in network marketing. Most successful people, either they've been involved in network marketing or they're still involved in network marketing because it's one of the best streams of income. Because when you think about it, look at the lifestyle that most network marketers really live, that really built a strong business. You know, every time I talk to Mr. Thomas, he's getting ready to go somewhere else. We're always getting ready to go somewhere else. Why? Because we've built a successful business that allow us that freedom, that time freedom. Where now when we're traveling for business, it's not just for business, it's also for fun. Because when we know when Monday turn around, we don't got to go and clock into a 9 to 5. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's way different when you go on vacation and you come back home to your business instead of coming back home to seeing if you still even have a job. So that's a whole nother story, right? So what I want to do is I'm going to share my screen and 5 secrets to business success, right? 5 secrets, right? Number 1, the number 1 tip, set clear goals. If you're not taking notes, I want you to take notes because I'm going to go into more details on the next 5 tips, right? Number 1, set clear goals. Number 2, build strong relationships. Remember, relationships are worth more than money. Never ruin a relationship based on money, right? Number 3, stay focused. Got to stay focused. You got to stay focused. Number 4, embrace failures. Got to fail your way to the top. It's nothing wrong with failing because you learn more from failing than you do from success. And number 5, continuously learn and grow. Also known as always be a student. Never think you know it all. Always be open to more information. And I'll give you a tip on that at the end. So number 1, the number 1 tip, right? Setting clear goals is crucial for achieving success in business. Without a clear vision and direction, it is easy to get lost and sidetracked. If you ever read the book, Building an Empire, right? In one of the pages, he have it's like a train track. And then it's like, if you keep going straight, you'll get to your goal. But then he have it where it's though most people, they go left, they go right. They don't really stay focused and have clear goals. They want to get to the top of the company, but they also want to do this. They also want to do that. They also want to go to their kids' game every single week. And it's just like, it don't work like that. You got to have set clear goals. If you said, listen, this is what I need to do, I have to do. It's like a train. If a train is on a track, it's just going to keep going. And you got to have the same mindset. It's just going to keep going straight, right? From there, when setting goals, it is important to make specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This is known as the SMART goals. See, if you don't have SMART goals, what's the opposite of smart? I'm not going to say it. you have to have SMART goals, right? Because what that can do is it can help you ensure that your goals are realistic and attainable. Some people said, I want to make $10 million tomorrow, but they haven't talked to nobody. That's not realistic, right? Set realistic goals. So I've always just set realistic goals. I've never not have goals, right? In addition to using a SMART framework, it is also helpful to write down your goals and break them down into smaller, more manageable tasks. This can help you stay organized, motivated, and you'll be able to stay on track. Your progress and celebrate small wins. See, a lot of people, they said, man, I'm not going to celebrate. No, you got to celebrate the small wins. And that's one thing that keep me going. I celebrate the small wins. That's why I went to Miami. I'm like, I don't care if it's 3 days. I'm about to go to Miami and celebrate, get around some motivation. Listen, I'm so motivated to work hard. This trip to Miami the past couple of days, it blew my mind. And it's not about no money. I'm going to tell you why. These people have hundreds of mangoes just in their front yard. Just imagining you have a mansion, you can just walk out and just pick all of the fruits. It's something about Florida where you can just grow fruits. I was just eating mangoes fresh from people's trees. Listen, to most people, it doesn't sound like a lot. But if you've never walked into someone's front yard and pick a fresh mango off of the tree, listen, this is the lifestyle that I want. I want to be able to have a market in my front yard. See, listen, to me, that's a big goal because it requires me to work really, really hard. If you want to live in Florida, that's where people go to retire. I'm trying to go there to live right now. So I got to work really hard. But part of my goals is making enough money where I can live in Florida. I want to live in Florida, but I don't just want to just live in Florida. I want a mansion in Florida. I want a lot of land. Listen, it blew my mind this week because I go there different seasons, but they said this is the rainy season. I just see fruits in everybody's front. I'm like, I didn't know you can grow fruits in America, but it blew my mind. So again, what is your clear goal? My clear goal is make enough money that I can also live in Florida in a big old mansion. So that's my goals. What's your goals? But I also have smaller goals is build your business, build your residuals up, keep building. Listen, once you build the business, it builds without you. See, that's the best part. You become the deal and then you become the myth. See, it felt so good sitting in the back of the room at our celebration success and just hearing my team call. And it's just like, felt like a proud. I'm in the back of the room like this, knowing that every time they call, number 1, number 2, number 3 is somebody from my team. Listen, that's the ultimate goal. For you to become number 1 so much, then now your team start becoming number 1 so much. Listen, you got to be the leader, right? Number 2, build strong relationships. Building strong relationships is crucial for success in business. Not only do they help you establish trust and credibility, but they also can provide opportunities for growth and collaboration. Only way to build strong relationships is by being genuine and authentic in your interactions, right? People can sense when you're not being sincere. So it's important to be yourself and to show interest in others. Another tip for building strong relationships is to be a good listener. That's why you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. You got to listen more than you speak, right? So when you take your time to listen to someone else's perspective, you show that you value their input and willing to work together to find a solution. Additionally, following up with people after meeting or events can solidify their relationships and keeps the line of communications open. They always talk about what? The fortune is in the follow-up. If you're not following up with people, you're leaving a lot of people that you can actually help you get to where you need to go. The number 1 thing in business is relationships. Build strong relationships because you never know who they know. It's not about, think about college, right? It's all about who you know. If you know someone that's a part of a department, you can get a scholarship. There's so many different things. Why do you think people join different groups? Because they want to have strong relationships. They want to have brotherhood, sisterhood. Just think about all of these groups on colleges, right? You see them all the time, but you don't really understand why are these people? Because they're building strong lifetime relationships. Again, the number 1 tip for me is relationships, because at the end of the day, if you don't have relationships with people and you're in the people business, then you're not really doing business, right? Stay focused. Staying focused, number 3, is a crucial in achieving success in any business adventures, right? Endeavors. It requires discipline, determination, and a clear understanding of your goals. One way to stay focused is to break down your larger goals into smaller, more manageable tasks. This allows you to concentrate on one thing at a time and avoid feeling overwhelmed by the bigger picture. So even though you want to get to SVP, right, you got to start thinking about, okay, I need to get 10 reps signed up a month. Now, then you need to say, I need to get 10 reps signed up a week. They need to say, I need to get 10 reps signed up a day. I need to get 10 reps qualified a day. Imagine if you got 10 qualifications a day, but you got to start off with small goals. And as you continue to have those people, guess what happened? The snowball effect. Then you look up, you got $100,000 in billing value. You look up, your business is blowing up. You look up, you got RVPs under you. You look up, you can't control your business if you wanted to. And the company will keep paying you every single week. Why wouldn't you want something like that? Again, that's what happens when you stay focused. Another important tip to staying focused is to eliminate distractions. This can mean turning off your phone, email notifications while working on a certain task, or finding a quiet workspace where you can concentrate without interruption. And it's also important to prioritize your tasks and focus on the most important ones first, rather than getting bogged down by less matters. For example, like, people get distracted by the easiest things, right? See, one thing I learned is that I don't have notifications on my phone. I don't have email notifications. The most I have is text messages, because people text me every day. Other than that, I don't get notifications on my phone. And the reason why, because it's distractions. Every time you get a bing, you look at it, right? You're easily distracted, right? Find a quiet workspace. Listen, turn your room into an office. Turn your room into an office. If you can't afford to go find you one of these small office spaces, turn your room into an office, right? Because if your room is comfortable, then you're not going to want to work. You're going to want to lay down and watch Netflix. That's just what it is. You got to be focused. You got to stay focused. You got to understand that if you said you're going to do something, just do it. Just do it. It's that simple. Just do it. You got to eliminate all distractions. For me, one of the biggest distractions that I learned, and anyone can do what they want to do, was drinking alcohol. I don't drink alcohol. So when I tell people I don't drink alcohol, they're like, what? They look at me crazy. And it's like, you can do what you do. But for me, since I've stopped drinking, everything in my life has went to another level, because I'm more focused. I'm never distracted. I never wake up with a hangover. But when I go out, guess what I'll do? I'll tell her, give me a ginger ale. It looks like I'm drinking with everybody else, but I'm focused. I know that the next day that I wake up, I can do what I said I already had planned to do. Most people, for them, once they can't do it, they're not that disciplined. Some people are disciplined, right? I'm not telling you to stop doing that. I'm just saying, for me, once I eliminate that distraction, I'm always ready to go. I'm always sharp. I'm always on point. So for me, that was one of the biggest distractions, because everyone around me, that's what they want to do. They want to go out party. They want to go out, have drinks. That's cool, but it's a distraction for me, and it's a distraction for them, because that's why they're not where they need to be, because they're not willing to eliminate the social media. Listen, if you're not making money on social media, why are you on there? It's a distraction. See, people get on social media every day. They get on Facebook every day. They're looking at everybody else's life, but they're not realizing it's a business tool. Turn into a business. Talk to people about what you're doing. Share your business instead of sharing about what's going on in the celebrity world or what's going on in the White House. And I don't even listen. I don't even know what's going on in the world. And by the time I hear about it, it's over. It's on to the next story. It's all a distraction. I tell people all the time, if you got a TV in your room, you need to throw it away, because that's the worst thing you can do, is have a TV in your room, unless you're already successful, unless you're already where you need to be. But imagine how much time you spend watching TV that you could have spent watching a YouTube video. You could have been making calls or just working on your business plan, right? I eliminate all distractions. I haven't sat down and watched TV in forever. Actually, I was at my friend's house the other day in town, and we was watching some real estate stuff on Netflix. I'm like, man, this feels different. I can't remember last time I just sat down and just watched TV. It felt weird, but it was cool for the moment. But I just can't sit there and just watch TV all day, because before you know it, we done watched 5-6 episodes. See, people binge watching, they don't understand that 5 hours have been passed by. What if you would have put that 5 hours into your business? Listen, you got to be uncomfortable. It's going to be uncomfortable before it becomes comfortable. Embrace failure. I share all my failures. Listen, if only you knew. If only you knew. That's all I got to say. But guess what? I don't look like what I'm going through. And I don't look like what I've been through. See, even though you got to embrace the failures, you can't walk around with it every single day. See, people are still holding on the weight of things that happened 5 years ago, 10 years ago. That business didn't work. This person quit. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares about the past? See, if you let go of the past, you just embrace the failure. Listen, it happens. Things happen, right? Failure can always seem as a negative outcome, but in reality, there's a valuable lesson, learning experience. When we fail, we're forced to reevaluate our approach and make necessary changes. This can lead to a greater success in the long run. You got to fail your way to the top. It's okay to fail. It's okay to fail in front of your spouse. It's okay to fail in front of your kids. It's okay to fail in front of the people that you look up to, the people that look up to you. Listen, failure, listen, the more you fail, the better you get. Because if you never failed, how would you ever become truly successful? If you never went through nothing, imagine just having an easy life. When life gets in the way, what's happened? Think about the people, the kids their parents are super rich and they never had to struggle. And someone told them no. They start crying, Mom, they told me no. They didn't get accepted into the school that they wanted to. They become weak. So people that scared to fail, they become weak over life. You don't want to do that. You only get better by failing. Do not be scared to fail. Go talk to everybody. Talk to everybody. Share what you do. If you're excited about what you do, people are going to want to know what you do because you are the business. Listen, the services that we offer is amazing services, but you're selling yourself. Do people trust you? Do people want to be around you? Do people even like you? If you're not a likable person, it's going to be hard to have success in the business world. Because in business, what's a business without people? You need to deal with people. So again, embrace those failures. Number 5, continuously learn and grow. Continuously learning and personal growth are essential components of achieving success in business. In today's fast-paced world, it is crucial to stay up to date with the latest industry trends and technologies. By continuously learning, you can gain a competitive edge and position yourself as the leader in your field. Listen, you want to be the deal. You want to be the man. You want to be the man when you walk in the room, people say, oh my God, can I take pictures with you? 10 years later, people are still walking up to me saying, hey, can I get a picture with you? How many people are walking up to you saying, can they get a picture with you? You want to get to that point where people are excited to take pictures with you. And the reason why I say that, and it's not just to pump your ego, is because you have reached to a point where people seeing you grow. They see you do something that most people are not willing to do. And because you're willing to go through that, they respect it. See, people respect people that went through things. Think about someone that go to the gym every single day. You respect them because the average person is just not. It takes a lot of dedication to go to the gym and be dedicated, right? So you respect them for their hard work. You don't care how long it took them because they just stayed with it and they just continue to learn and get better. You respect that person. Because when I look at this, right, you got the guy that's buff, shredded, that gets out of the Lamborghini. And then you got the old rich guy with the big belly that gets out of the Lamborghini. Who do people respect more? They respect the guy that's sharp, that's working, because yes, you can have the money, but when it comes to real dedication and growing as a person, we all can understand that health is wealth, right? The better your health, the more wealth you'll have. Yes, you might get lucky, but what's the point of working hard if you can't be around long enough to enjoy it? I want to live till I'm 100 years old. Matter of fact, I am going to be alive till I'm 100 years old. That's why I'm working hard now. That's why I take care of myself now. See, I'm taking care of myself now while I'm young, so that when I get older, listen, I'm going to be the guy that, I'm like, you 60, but you look like you 35. Think about it. Mr. Thomas can pass for 30. All I got to do is take him to, the store I go to, put a nice little drip on him, and he can pass for 35. Why? Because he take care of himself. He looks young. He's happy. Think about it. When you smile a lot, you look younger. Most people, they're frowning because they're not happy. And when you frown a lot, you start to age. You start to get wrinkles. So you want to be happy, right? You want to grow. So personal growth is equally important. As you grow and develop as a person, you'll become more effective leader and communicator. You'll also become better equipped to handle challenges and to navigate difficult situations. So whether it's taking a course, attending a conference, reading a book, make sure to prioritize your growth and development. Personal development is very important to becoming successful. You don't want to become successful and not have the growth in personal development, because it's only going to be temporary. And we can agree that you did not work this hard to just have temporary success. You worked this hard so that you can have success that's going to be passed down for generations and generations to come, because of the habits that you have developed over the years. So that's all I got for you guys this month. Hopefully you guys are able to gain something, go out there and make it happen, and just go build a big business. Because I promise you, once it's already built up, oh my God, it feels good to get paid every single week. And you know that it's going to keep growing. It's just going to keep growing. And you can't stop it if you wanted to. Don't you want a business that you just cannot stop if you want to? How would you feel if someone just paid you every single week? Every week. It's Wednesday. Today is what? It's payday. I got some money pending right now to be paid out. I'm excited. I'm excited. Why? Because we're getting paid every single week. And I started this 10 years ago. Everyone that told me it wouldn't work 10 years ago, they're still working 10 years later. I'm still getting paid 10 years later. Who's in a better situation? That's why you shouldn't listen to your broke friends and your broke family members that told you it didn't work. I got cousins that don't even speak to me in public, but every time I go on Instagram and I look at my story, they're right there watching me. But they told me it wouldn't work. They laughed at me. Listen, nobody's laughing now. I promise you, nobody's laughing now. And like, I can't remember last time anyone told me anything negative. Everyone want to be my friend. Everyone, man, I see you, bro. No one's being negative. But it only happens when you keep going. But most people, they don't keep going. They give up. My friend don't want to listen. Everyone that wasn't going where I was trying to go, I left them right where they was at. Because at the end of the day, listen, either you're going to grow with me or I'm going to grow without you. But I promise you, I'm not standing still for nobody. Not even my mother. Nobody. I'm going all the way to the top. And I look forward to seeing a lot of you there. But it's going to be a lot of work, a lot of dedication, and a lot of grind. My biggest mistake in the business, and I'm gonna end with this, I make it look too easy. And when you make it look too easy, people start to envy you. They start to think you got it easy. Listen, if only you knew. I just make it look easy. But if you ever read 48 Laws of Power, you know. So again, it's a lot of work, but it pays off. But again, focus on your own journey. And just focusing on getting better, because you can't cheat the grind. You can tell Mr. Thomas, hey, I did this, I did that. But if you're not really putting in the work, guess what? It's going to show up in your business. So you're only lying to yourself, because at the end of the day, your mentors, listen, we're going to keep doing what we got to do. We're going to keep growing. We're going to keep reading books. We're going to keep getting better. But what are you going to do to help you get to where you need to go in your life? Because ACN, listen, it don't take long to have success in ACN. I promise you it don't. You put your head down for 6 months, you could be at 2 more positions.
That's right.
But at the end of the day, are you willing to put in the work? Stop saying, stop saying what I got to do. Just go do it. Stop thinking about what you got to do, because thinking about it is harder than actually doing it. So many people stress themselves out thinking about the business instead of just go do the business. You can open your mouth and talk about what's going on in the news, celebrities, Joe Biden, Donald Trump, all of this stuff. You can talk about it all day, every single day. But when it's time to come talk about your business, you're shy. You don't know how to talk to people. Hey, you tell me. People are not shy to talk about everything else, but they're shy to talk about business. So again, that's all I got.